Welcome to Hyperprofit. I'm Andrew Edwards, and while none of this is financial advice, today I want to talk about the benefits and unique features of the Apple Card, Apple's credit card. I did a video over on my tech channel when the card first launched and had a bunch of questions in the comments, and it's been just over a year since the Apple Card launched, and there have been some important changes along the way. Now, before we get into it, I know a lot of people were wondering where I was since it's been a few weeks since my last video here on Hyperprofit, and the answer is that I was selling one of my investment homes. We owned 3 properties, and I have only ever been involved with buying property, so selling a home was definitely a unique experience. It was a rental, but the real estate market here in the Seattle area has been absolutely parabolic over the past couple of months, so it made sense. As for numbers, I bought the home back in 2008 for $400,000. I put it on the market for $700,000, and after a back and forth bidding war, I was able to sell it for $875,000, which is just about a 55% gain. Now, if you're curious and want a walkthrough of the home to get a glimpse of my strategy for selling it, I'll link the video walkthrough that I made down in the description below. Now, this channel is all about making our money work for us, and real estate is just another area where you can do just that. Now, on to the Apple Card. There was a lot of hype around this card when it launched, mostly because I think a lot of people saw the Apple Card as a must-have Apple product, like an iPhone or a pair of AirPods. The truth is, while there are some nice benefits and conveniences with the Apple Card, if you're purely looking for a rewards card, there are others you should consider before this one. That said, let's talk about the benefits of the Apple Card, starting with the fact that there are absolutely no fees. That's right. The Apple Card doesn't charge any fees at all. So there's no application fee, no annual fees, no foreign transaction fees. There aren't even any over the limit fees or late fees. The only extra you should expect to pay, aside from the cost of the things you purchase, is the interest generated, and that's only if you don't pay your balance in full. Other than that, no fees at all. Next, let's talk about unlimited daily cash back. When you make purchases with the Apple Card, Apple pays you a certain percentage in cash back, and you get that paid to you every single day, hence the term daily cash. You don't have to wait until the end of a billing cycle to receive it or to use it. Instead, each day it appears in your Apple Cash digital wallet. You get 3 tiers of Apple Daily Cash back. There's 3%, 2%, and 1%. So let's go through each. 3% is the most rare benefit since it only applies to a handful of merchants. If you use your Apple Card with any of the following, you will get 3% cash back on your total. The merchants are going to be Apple, Nike, Uber and Uber Eats, T-Mobile, Panera Bread, Walgreens, Duane Reade, Exxon, and Mobil. McDonald's used to be on this list, but there's no longer any mention of them on the Apple Card website. Next, 2% cashback is probably what you'll end up seeing the most. To get 2% daily cash, all you need to do is pay for things using your digital Apple Card on your iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, or Mac. So that means you're using contactless payments or Apple Pay in Safari when shopping online. And last, there is the 1% cashback, and that happens anytime you use your physical Apple Card to pay for something either in store or online. So again, if you use your digital card, you get 2% cashback, physical card, only 1% cashback. Next, let's talk about one of the newest Apple Card features, Apple Card Family. This is a recent feature that was just released as part of iOS 14.6. Apple Card Family lets you add a partner to your Apple Card account. Previously, all Apple Card accounts were individual accounts only. If both partners already have an Apple Card, then their credit lines will be merged, and from then on, both build credit as equals on the account. You can also add up to 4 additional family member participants to your Apple Card account. Participants 18 or older will build their own credit history, and kids 13 or older can spend within limits set by the co-owners and will earn daily cash on their own purchases. Owners can also get notifications whenever a participant uses their Apple Card. Okay, a minute ago I mentioned using the physical card, so let's talk about that for just a moment. This is the titanium Apple Card. Now, I personally like the convenience of having all my cards accessible from my iPhone and Apple Watch, but I also know there are a lot of people out there who love having a premium physical card. The Apple Card is the only credit card made out of titanium. Aside from your name, there's no card number or any other personal information on the card itself. It's just a minimal white and silver credit card. Now, the downside about the physical card though, as I mentioned a minute ago, is that it only generates 1% daily cash back on your purchases. So if you have your Apple Card in your iPhone digital wallet and the merchant accepts digital payments, you'll always generate twice as much daily cash using the digital version rather than the physical card. So to me, the physical card is only used as a last resort. Now, speaking of that minimal card, the reason it's so plain is because of Apple's approach to privacy and security. Apple says the titanium Apple Card is more secure than any other credit card because it has no card numbers, no CVV security code, no expiration date, and no signature on it. Instead, your card number is located in your wallet app. If you lose the card, you can disable it from your phone and request a new one. No one will know your card number, and Apple Card replacements are free of charge. When you pay with the Apple Card, merchants don't get your card number either. Instead, they get a unique transaction code so they can't tie your purchases to your account or track and steal your info. And your transactions themselves remain private to you alone. Your transaction history and spending habits aren't even shared with Apple, and your data is never shared or sold to third parties. Okay, this last benefit on the list goes out to the Apple fans out there, and it only makes sense being that it's the Apple Card that there would be a benefit for buying devices from Apple. That benefit is Apple Card monthly installments. Now, the way this works is simple. When you buy an Apple product from Apple using your Apple Card, things like an iPhone, iPad, Mac, Apple Watch, AirPods, etc., you can choose to pay for it over 24 months interest-free. So it costs you nothing extra, and you still get the 3% daily cash back on that purchase. And even cooler, you get the entire daily cash amount right away, even though you're paying off the purchase over the course of 2 years. So there you have it. I hope that answers the questions I've been seeing from you guys. What are the benefits that the Apple Card offers? Oh, one more thing that's changed since the Apple Card was released. An iPhone used to be required to apply for the Apple Card because you applied in the Wallet app on the iPhone. Now you can apply on any device. Any questions or comments about the Apple Card that you have, drop them down in the comments below, and I will meet you there for further discussion. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support. I'm Andrew Edwards, and I will catch you on the next episode of Hyper Profit.